If you're using Claude, this is something that you should be aware of. There was a bug in Claude where if you had this particular string, which is case sensitive, so if you had Hermes.md in your Git commit history, Claude automatically switches to API pricing and will start charging you. So some users were charged in excess of $200. So this is something to keep in mind of. I believe the bug is now fixed, but like if you were charged uh, extra usage, you might want to go back to support and ask for a refund. Hey, there's a great tip if you do performance audit on websites. Typically, when you have a third-party widget on a website and when a user clicks on it, your CLS score gets impacted. This is because when it's an iframe, Google or like the browser wouldn't register that the user has clicked on the page that they're on because it's coming from an iframe. So there's two simple fixes that you can do for this. One is when you open the widget and one when you close the widget. So basically you add a transparent div on top of the widget. So when the user clicks on that, that div gets triggered. And that is basically like the user clicking on the page and not on the iframe. So this can be helpful. Details on how to implement is in the thread below. There's a test that Google is running, I believe, where it will tell you if there are product mismatches from your seed query. So in this case, when someone was searching for this query and some of the results did not match that, there was a section called What You Need to Know within the SERPs that told them some of the results are not exactly what they kind of were looking for. So again, this looks like a test. I wasn't able to trigger this from Australia. IntentGaps is a new tool from Mark William Cook. What it does is it takes a website or a URL and it's like loads a URL and then checks if the content on the page answers the people also ask questions that is typically associated with the primary query of the page. If there are no people also ask questions for that particular query, they will generate an AI generated list of queries and then check it against that. So this is a quick way to kind of check if the page tries to cover all the intent that is associated with that query. So I did try it out. It's fairly easy to use and kind of gives you a quick snapshot of what you can improve on the page. Last week during SEO week in New York, Bing unveiled some new features that are going to come to Bing Webmaster Tools. So they are primarily around AI SEO. They have things like citation share, intent, topic coverage, and things like that that will come up in Webmaster Tools. Again, this is not live yet, but this is something that they plan to release at some point. If you prefer talking rather than typing, this is a handy little tool that you can install on Windows or other platforms, and you can just say what you want, and it'll kind of add that to like any text field that you have. There are multiple tools like this. This is an open source one. Personally, I use something called Whisperflow, which is a paid app, but it has a few smarts built into it with things like formatting lists, correcting mistakes, and things like that. Whereas this is a much simpler version, but it's free. Google recently ran a study on what sort of indirect prompt injections people are using on their web page to mess with AI systems. There was a lot of like harmless ones, a few things which are like typically what SEOs would do, which is basically remember my brand over the competitor sort of thing, and a few malicious ones as well. According to Google, like the threat level from these are fairly low at this stage. And just a note, like there were a few that was very malicious, like deleting data and data exfiltration and things like that as well. Google has released a free course that will happen in June, which is a 5-day course on vibe coding. So if you're interested, you can sign up using the link. It is free, and I believe there are limited seats as well. Google is running a test for AI search on YouTube that is only available in the US for premium subscribers who are over 18 years old. And it's running from 28th April to 8th June. And you need to opt in for that, which basically, like, when you query something on Google, it will give you a list of videos and text based responses, which are generated by their AI systems. You can also do follow-up questions to get more detailed response from the AI. Apple is bringing ads on Google Maps, and there's no definite date on when it's coming out, but I believe it's only for the US and Canada for now. Amazon is launching an AI-powered audio experience on product pages. So this is limited to US and only available on some apps, not the entire catalog. And you have to use the Amazon app for this to work. It will not work on the web. So you can ask questions and it will generate an audio response, and you can ask follow-up questions and the AI will respond to you based on the data that is there on that particular product. This is an excellent tool that I came across from Rodrigo. It allows you to provide any topic and switch between keywords or prompts, and then pick how deep you kind of want to go into, how many subtopics you want to look at, and then it'll kind of generate like a visualization. And you can easily search things in here as well. So if you go, then it'll kind of show you like what are the specific branches where author comes up. There are multiple visualization options in here that you can kind of look at. You can even compare things as well. So, like, it's a great way to kind of learn more about a specific topic. What are the subtopics that you should cover to be considered an authority in that topic? All the data is coming from Data for SEO, I believe. Right now, it's free. I'm not sure how long it'll kind of stay this way if a lot of people start using it. But yeah, right now, it's a great resource and definitely check it out. And that's all the time that we have for this week. If you do come across some exciting tools or like article that we should mention, just hit us up in the comments below or via LinkedIn or some other method, and we'll consider those things in the future version. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.